Come on. Come on. There you are. There's Roger, everybody.
Hello.
I was going to start off by wandering around downtown York today, but instead of wandering down downtown York, Roger brought me to Fountains Abbey, which is where we are right now. So there's lots of, woo, that was really close. There is lots of pictures of Fountains Abbey and some swans at Fountains Abbey and lots of waters at Fountains Abbey. So that's what we're doing. So we are just leaving Fountains Abbey at this moment in time, and then we're off to Ripon for the Hornblower at 9 o'clock. That's what we're doing. We might find a sandwich on the way, because I had quarter of a curd tart for breakfast. That was a really long time ago.
2 breakfasts.
Yeah, that was first breakfast. I haven't had second breakfast yet. So yes, we're gonna go, and I'm gonna go because there's a very tall bit ahead and I don't want to hit my head. It's that bit. Good evening! So today, this evening, you find me in Ripon. I've just been having a lovely chat with a lovely gentleman. And so why are we in Ripon? Well, I'm going to start at the beginning of the story. We started off at Fountains Abbey, and then after we went to Fountains Abbey, we went to Brimham Rocks, which was fun. There was lots of oddly shaped rocks. It was a bit like the Big Rock, but there were shapes to them. You'll see a picture. It'll all become clear. And then we were a bit peckish, so at Fountains Abbey we had a picnic of crisps, Cadbury's Dairy Milk giant buttons, and what else was part of this picnic? I don't remember. Oh, biscuits. Biscuits were part of this picnic. And then we did Brimham Rocks, and then we drove to Ripon, and we've just been in the pub, well, in a pub in Ripon to have some dinner. We each had a burger. Both were delicious, just as a picture of that. We also had some dessert. We were going to go into the Unicorn Hotel because obviously it's a unicorn, but they were absolutely chock-a-block full. So now I'll tell you why we're in Ripon. We are in Ripon to listen to the hornblower of Ripon, and the Wakeman hornblower has been blowing horn in Ripon at 9 PM every night since 886 AD, 886 AD. And there is a statue. I have pictures of the statue. So yeah, every night at 9 PM the Wakeman comes out, blows his horn, and then he's meant to walk the 4 corners of the square until about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. The current hornblower does not do this, of course, but you can only expect people to stay up so long. And they are currently looking for a new hornblower. You must live in Ripon. So anybody out there that lives in Ripon or wants to move to Ripon to blow a horn, come to Ripon. So we're just waiting for him to get started at 9 o'clock. Oh, and he's getting all tugged up, I think, at the moment. And then he will be back with the snake and we will go from there. I'm just wondering what Roger's looking at. Did he get changed, or are we looking at the lasses? I thought we were looking at the lasses on the couples. Yeah. No, alright, okay. I wasn't sure what we were pointing at. It was an odd... Anyway, so he's getting changed and he will have, I think it's called the snake, the horn, with him. So we will film that. Oh, there goes the bells of Ripon Cathedral. I've got some pictures of Ripon Cathedral. It has, yes. Oh yes, and Mayor Hugh Ripley.
That's Mayor Ripley.
Mayor Ripley used to live in that building on the end, and if the horn doesn't sound promptly at 9 o'clock, apparently his visage can be seen in the corner. Oh, and here comes Mr. Hornblower. So we're just keeping an eye on the window in case you know who appears, but the horn blowing is going to be starting in a minute, so we're going to get that started. So here we go. Yay! I'm going to.
So, good evening. Good evening. Thanks for coming to see us. I'm Jim. I'm one of the horn blowers. Some of you may have read up on the obelisk on the plaque that George Pickles is named as the horn blower. He retired a couple of years ago. And then the three deputies, as we were, decided to form a team of horn blowers to make it a bit easier. So we all did a couple of nights each. Right until the other month, all retired. So that left me and Wayne. Wayne's been on holiday for a fortnight. You've got me. So we're back to square one again. But we are getting another one. Now, what have you just seen?
We've all walked in a square.
Good. I'll tell you. A little lad the other night said, "You blowing the horn?" That was the setting of the watch, which has been done in the city since 886. And we got a charter from King Alfred. Yeah, the one who got kicked off Bake Off early. I'm up to date. He granted a charter to the city. He didn't bring it, he sent it. And it wasn't a written charter on parchment. What he sent us, bless him, was an old dead cow and said, use the horn and blow the horn on the four corners of the market cross to set the curfew for the city. And it would then be the wakeman who would patrol around the city to make sure that no harm befell your property. And if you heard the horn after 9 o'clock, then it was a case of grab your pitchfork, lads, get out, there's a scrap on. And the wakeman had powers of arrest. and he became quite an important person. If you disrupted the ceremony, he could have you arrested, put in the stocks, and he'd charge you for getting out in the morning. Believe me, you didn't want to spend the day in them. He could collect up your animals during the evening, put them in the penfold, charge you for getting them out in the morning. And with him being like the insurance man, making sure that nothing happened to your property, he also collected taxes. It wasn't a window tax that you're all familiar with, but I think is quite ironic. There's a whole line back with only up at the top. Yeah. I have one for that. He taxed you weren't going to bring that up, was you? And he charged you 4p per door that faced the front of the street. Well, Ripon folk are renowned for being a bit tight with the brass. So if you notice nearly every building around the old spot, you'll see it's got a side ginnel. And the doors were down the side. They only paid 2p. Always a way round. Now, the waitman did the job right the way through until 1604, when we got the second charter, the first written one, and that was given to us by James I, or if you're from the other side of the wall, the 6th, and he formed a mayoralty and burge, or borough, as we know them today. And the last waitman became the first mayor of Ripon. That's how important he was. He was Hugh Ripley. His house is said to be the one in the corner there with a pointed roof. And legend has it, if we don't do our job correctly, his ghost will appear in that topmost window. Which is why I doffed my hat and just double check before I talk to you. Now, when he became the mayor, he didn't want the job of coming out at 9 o'clock, blowing the horn, wandering round the streets until dawn, so he handed the job over to the hornblower and his constables. But he didn't trust the hornblowers at the time, and they still don't. He decreed the hornblower, having set the watch on the market cross, should then attend the mayor's abode of the evening, which gave them a bit of leeway, and go and blast 3 times to signify that we've set the watch. And that onerous duty I have still got to do to tonight. So when I've finished here, it's off to the mayor's house, blast 3 times to her. Outside the house is a lamppost with a standard the same as the one above the town hall door there. And they know when their mayoral year is over. The council are in there at 6:30 digging it up to put it in the new mayor's house. It's got the city crest on with the city motto on it as well, which is also above on the town hall. That's "Except the Lord keep the city and waketh in vain." Sounds a load of rubbish when you read it like that. But it's from Psalm 127, verse 1. Line 2. And if you think about that, and think about what I've just told you, it translates in Yorkshire to "Dear God, give us a quiet night when we blow." There you go. We're starting now. Really on the horn, that is it. The horns themselves, the original 886 horn, I have the honour of carrying that as a sergeant at mace for the city. I carry it on a wide shoulder band, a baldric, which has 66 past wakeman and mayoral badges in it. And the horn can't be blown now, it's covered in velvet, it's capped off with silver, but it's an absolute honour to carry. It did well, that one. It lasted 800 years, and then the corporation had to buy one. The only one they've ever bought. In 1690, they paid the princely sum of 6 shillings and 8p, and that's 34p in today's money. You can't even get a Mars bar for that now. But as you can imagine, there was a right to do in council. They wrote in the minutes books, "The rogues, thieves and vagabonds they'd charged this fair city the princely sum of 6 shillings and 8pence. And then they had a plaque put on it. And that plaque says, "This horn was purchased by the corporation in 1690 for 6 shillings and 8pence. But we do like to get our money's worth and still use it." This is the 1690. So he says, "Don't you polish it?" I said, "Only when I have to." Trying to keep the copper on it. The one that usurped this, in your place, was bought for us by the mayor in 1865, and it is a huge thing, half as big as this again. To give you an idea of the size of it, up on the Wakeman's Press sign up on the building there, that gives you an idea of the size of it. I can't get a note out of it, nor can Wayne. We're not musicians, and Paul could. So whoever gets the job as his replacement is going to learn that one. So not having hours. And then the one that Wayne knows, that was bought for us in 1986 for the 11 antiques down the hill. Ironically, Wayne was born in 1986, so he gets his benefit. I'm the old gadge, I'll get the old girl. And then if there's any geocachers amongst you, this is the moment you've been waiting for. There's one more horn. If you've got blood pressure, be careful. Way up the top there. 93 foot up. If you want it, go and get it.
Come on then.
Leave a plastic car on top. It's a weather vane and a time capsule. And legend had it that it held 7 sovereigns. When they brought it down in 1986 to be regilded for the 1100 celebrations and then repointed back up there straight. It was on a wonk for a year or two, wasn't it? They opened it with great excitement and found a bill for the last time it was cleaned. Never been paid. And there was also a little note in it saying, "We've all been conned, there were no sovereigns, I've got to." We put copies back in it. And we put a set of Born Day money that the Majesty gave us in 1984 in there, and a fair bit more local history of the time. So when it comes down next time, should be a bit more interesting. That, folks, really is it. Thanks for coming to see us. I'll say sleep well. The watch is set. Any questions? I'll do my best to answer. Now do you know what we're on about?
That was brilliant.
Thank you. I am.